What say or change say or dada. Into Agyapade no inform. Yo, inform the day of reckoning will come, the day of accountability will come. What we perceive is that Busuya be at the Ghana aye ye.
Agyapade document.
Yes, but the day of reckoning will come.
But out there, at the woman say, oh, deny no. And your mom will share a book implemented one by one.
And come one by one, some they have finished. They have finished. The only
Nana Casana him feel crying and go and see.
If there's a team behind Bawumia, then sorry team, I'm a little disappointed. I am a little disappointed. Let me tell you why, my dear team and folks that are listening. Dr. Your Excellency Bawumia, I think the greatest thing that is working against you now are your own pronouncements. Dr. Bawumia, the things that you have said in the past are the only things that people are using against you. Nothing else, just your pronouncements.
The incumbent has to be truthful to us, but unfortunately over the period, truthfulness has become a very hard commodity for politicians to abide by. Sometimes it's here, but we share campaign messages are more than bad. Probably, if you want to be fair, you can. Which me a genuine pa no one or bar or then but the young council say His Excellency Nanado Danko Kufado. No Caribbean and I said the campaign message first attempt, second attempt. A big beer anyone I yet about near can say intro. Because now messages a more emotion. Now a carry weight. Now there was hope in the message. And then again, now messages was pregnant with so many goodies for the people of this country. But unfortunately, Nanado Danko Kufado, better than messages or them my from first, second, and third attempt. Let me say, sending you a few, say, wapayensu, whatever it is. Nanado into me for back in my opinion. And yes, His Excellency, the former president, should be truthful to Ghanaians. But in saying so, we are just a person. I say, Dr. Bawumia, your friend is saying, and I say NPP ni NDC. More messages or more go about it. No, na media I can't see any. Na media analysis. Na the latest one they told more a free NPP a catch any the fact is say more be implement a credit score system in this country. Mark, to be very honest with you, we have discussed this issue, but we still have to discuss the issue for Ghanaians to understand. I didn't know say, this will be a bit me a credit score system bad, but here's how the system runs. Now you see also say credit score system. Does it lie in the mouth? Me borrow me ankasa me MP. The tantrums to the right honorable speaker. The West Kakra. Does it lie in the mouth of any candidate or any government to say, I am come to implement credit score system? No government implement credit score system. At best, it is private individuals, corporate entities, banking system, all these people come together. And almost share the environment not conducive. And almost introduce a credit system. Now, Mark, sebe, for history, any here. I can tell you on authority, say, Nkrumah Breso, credit score system, na ye juma wo memu ha basa. But the fact is that enya abanu ne institute ye. Because abanu creative numa mass employment, MOB enya juma ye. Holland, for instance, no more order as much as 300,000 pieces of Ghana shoes. Efi Ghana almost every month. Now, say, or might be order 3,000 pieces of shoes a month. You can imagine where some shoes. In this shoe factory, no pay go on or more run a shift 24/7. And not just they were producing to meet the various demands ever from America, Holland, any other areas or more epic Ghana shoes at the time. The economy was vibrant. So we call a singlet any t-shirt making side no dan you see TV Africa any other areas they were producing 24/7 shift running. International said demand was so high at that time. There was zero unemployment as far as we are able and willing to work. Ajuma ewo ho ema. Nti ansana credit score system ebe effective and efficient no. The larger population no and so omo ye ajuma. And no statistics beto je say 1.9 million youth are idling and ameboa or they are idle in the system. Why? Because jobs are not there. Jobs are non-existent. Whilst those days, no, jobs that had been created, free school, they came for industrial attachment. And the credit system was working because Obia Juma say if free Nadia Utumitria. Now this is how it worked. About creating numerous in the productive sector, especially adding value to agriculture input. And it say about produce no manner was see warehouse across the 6 regions at a time. And no bayana ya added value to it. Yes, one in kogu the UACs, United what's the name? The full United something trade. Nti yes sa aduane na ya added value abmanon ni nyina epokogu ho. Na GNTC nso the same thing. Nti we a worker the moment we dey wo card e kire say we adwuma wo NIT FM ana Peace FM ana OK FM ana say UTV no wo dey copy they give you food and I say normal person will shop no milk sugar whatever it is that you want no you go for it and then they deduct a source. Other developed countries no it is the same they are doing, but even let us go back barter trade was a form of credit score system. In the credit score system enye new barter trade in the area say me the bank begu me gate ano me the begu so baby am ponche ni nwa enye ndi na obi ono so wo pe e friend say banche ebi o de ne board e aba na say oba na obefa na say me fa say oba nchi no kenten ba ko no no wo ba no wo de board e betim besa miensa pe no obefa oba nchi ne kwa sa dipa no nye credit worthy. I think within our system even and it happen. Uko we neighbor ho wakoji ne wo ma dia ko fufuo ana say ne wo dro ne na ye wo dia ko fufuo me mikrom happen pa uko wo de be wo fufuo no wo de wo ma ne wo dro ko wo huro na fine ndi say nipa no hu say wa beji ne wo ma beji ne wo dro wa beji ne be say 2-3 times there be o de be ba no wa huro ana say wa huro ne yi ya next time oba onfa money bi enti what it is that say your percent credit score system adwuma it does not lie in the ambit of any individual or presidential candidate or government to say our partner a company to bring funds and sign a credit score system. It doesn't work that way. And if you just oppose that to the 24-hour economy, no, I'll pick the 24-hour economy. You understand? And what I'm simply saying is let us be truthful to the citizenry. Don't make it look as if we are bayanya ne say mom your madre say yenim nyansa anasa dodo no nim nyansa so won create adwuma forget about credit score system as far as early as 2023 August now America omo as a result of a credit card no na ya about 1.3 trillion you understand onwo kropa adwuma wo ho adwuma bu all right no enkrofo ko free ade no but why? Because omo pay no enso omo. Likewise Ghana. Wo ba you pay no by the time ebedu 2 weeks no na we next month pay asa. Because what bobusia shemusa. And how will it be possible for somebody to be credit wealthy when indeed there are no jobs, when indeed we don't have good pay system. And I say we don't and soon da pemba kona soon da pembienu. And this what the phones back. Say nipa no own tree. Of course, we know say amanone who in fact so we use kakra boom say okwakoto iPhone 1,000 something. They become suspicious. And for them, no, once they know you are working. But if 1.9 million people are idle, who is going to patronize those funds that you are bringing? Again, statistics be told you. So they say 1.91 million people pay any 3 year tax or member just about 2 weeks ago. They told you out of 7.4, and this 1.9 penna a 3 year taxes. No, it means that about 4.4 and that's a 4.5. No, they are not paying taxes. Why is it so? So if those people are not paying taxes for one reason or the other, it means it's a some microphone. They cannot be in the bracket of all phones now. They call bano, and to bring a partner with a company to bring phones, no, does not guarantee a credit-worthy person or a credit-worthy environment. And let us be careful of the promises we are giving to people. We should rather tell them what we can do that will bring change into their life. But don't come and tell us what you will give us. And this is the problem I have with the campaigns that is going on and the things that they are talking about. Me pedi obeka se me ba meye we amana sisa abrabo than the obeka nchira me se me ba mema we. So in effect, I'm trying to say, if the NPP has any good message in terms of their campaign machinery, they should change the tactics by telling Ghanaians what they will do to change their lives rather than what they will come and give them. Because our phones here are partner company, and more money abai. Anye bia one Ghana for the hunko mama Ghana for kase omope. Anye bia which group of people? And now what catcher almost say? One more dinsa was what catcher almost say. Ye ko fa phones are banty at the bar, money at the bar more, and more so more can say we accept it. Listen to the people, ask them what they want. Don't go and tell them what you bring to them. And actually, Uber catch a friend saying, Okada for say, oh, the car baby sister Okada. Because there was not enough consultation. It was just a campaign promise, campaign message. You know, more winning here now, because Koda almost can't get in KTB at the buyer. Because there was no consultation. My drivers union, transport union, who were in Shia. Now I can say a friend, I drivers union, Okada Association, whichever it is, or Munshia. Now you be so say cars say 20 these 5 different cars. The impact of motion be efficient and effective for your business. Now yankra and non famremo. Say espresso, say a Vitso, say whatever it is. One can't you was me the car say barber sister, motorbike. Yanko shad the only buy it is almost the same like motorbike. And even worse, in the sense that no client to me maneuver traffic. Right? Of course, you understand how the cars buyer. Cars would be in the traffic, all right. I subscribe to the fact that Okada as transportation and as a commercial transport to augment our transport system. Me, I don't buy it. Because Nipa you have no idea. Nipa wu, and don't forget, after every election, Okada riders increase because politicians will buy the motorbikes and push them into the system. Right? And you should expect, and so say, after every election, Nipa do obewu as a result of motorbikes, and that's a true motorbike accident. And to me, I don't subscribe to it. But I'm saying, say, if His Excellency the former president is saying, say, he will be truthful to Ghanaians, sir, we will hold him accountable to all his campaign messages. Say he will be truthful to us. He has spoken about the 24-hour economy. I have said, say a 24-hour economy without a vibrant state farms, it will fail. Because all the private sector now, they will fail you. The incentives you want to give to them, they will fail you. What I'm looking out for is that I'm buying the biggest spender of the taxpayers' money. Into what you for be state farms are kesiye, for be a mid cannery are kesiye, because I cannot understand. So, industrial area how can Asia? In Soria kesiye Kodesh, Windows. Uba Joloha, Perez Dome, in sorry that GG warehouses ninja afa and omode a year, sorry. Meanwhile, Uncle Moko transferred them all. They are looking for jobs. Now, if you what's a collection? Why did you seed? Why did you tight? What's a pledges a huru? But be uncombe a juma. Nanka, Sanka was warrior and what to play. What was he was already down, baby? Obey a juma was after you. Wababa to collection to your tight, I so see this animal, no man. But be obey a juman, waji. Most sorry, I must say, Mamma, as more money a juman. No sorry, I say, Brahma, Pie, Juma, Quambe Biama. Meanwhile, what in a jumum? You understand? And you are making the congregant, and I say you are making him or her pay from where he would have worked to get pay for himself or herself. Maybe the man who the accountability time will come. when any of this party wins the election. And some of us will sit here and do the same analysis as we, unless, of course, Mr. Sam just said, pick one of the parties, or more card. Then I'll have to go into full politics in terms of the propaganda and the mayo, whatever it is that I have to do. But as long as I remain what I describe as independent and TRC and say, we will hold people accountable to their own deeds. Because sebe. Says how now politicians are fighting to say, say. And we actually see Kenya. You saw what happened. President will soon ma. If you are in this country, you are president, and maybe you resign for somebody to come and take over for some shaggy reasons in the next few months now. Yet higher train. But I'm saying, sir, the sitting president, you can cry. The youth can make you cry. And tisa kronon basa na mobo sa anyamong ebua muni magana for. Ye can be a muntie. You are suppressing us. Austerity measures. The youth can make you cry, just like Ruto of your friend Kenya. The cabinet minister for Kenya, Oba Bonting, also a bia. Was he born after the Matthias Sampa is Kaya US Kappa? Ye mumu, yan for Buama Kenya for. Now ye bar bemno, I be hunsika pudia wom, ye call Dubai, ye call her. It's a common man. You watch a whole right to toy. You to be 1 million Kenyan shillings or whatever it is that they call or more currency. No, you to be say me and Kasa watches a whole amato, Kasa whole amato through bribery and corruption. And then whole mercy through bribery and corruption. I hand everything over. The other two are no Bemo King. Most say or change say or dada into Agyapade no inform yo inform one. The day of reckoning will come. The day of accountability will come. What we perceive is that a busuya be at the Ghana aye ye.
Agyapade document.
Yes. But the day of reckoning will come.
They are there. A dear woman say, "Oh, deny no." And your mom will share a book implemented one by one.
And come one by one. Some they have finished. They have finished. The only
Nana Kasana in few crown and go and see.
The only place
I'm benefiting from a
baby or more fairly there any dear a friend saying. And Agyapade, you know, Uncle Mubia account or company Jersey, now Parliament shooting it down.
$12 million.
Yes, and no crap on Musan Pamo, allegedly Omo Pamo, first Attorney General, because what can say it was unconscionable. You understand? More Pamo says, I mean, why you doing what in the baby? You understand? And now, you're the bedroom pempes, you must say, the second one almost succeeded midway. No, Musa Feli, any PDS. Then you know what Agyapade document. Also, say, come chairman, so no, so come, say my own car. And say, what
they say, wow, now we knew. So, be on him fear with TV. Go and see it today.
What say? I'm not changing say, or more benefit here. What could enough fashion said, you know, your man is kind.
GMPC, man,
yes, should be a scaffy. You understand?
Police motor in
how is it possible? How is it possible? And now you're two already traveling so crap on the say. Some crowfree at the taxes. Or what taxes in the mark, or what they call to be a friend gold catchers. Gold catchers, in fact, it is the best mode of anchor. Galam say, I can bet to me a cabono. Now, I protect your assassin and in soon say, oh, gold no. But who mom no? The companies, about 320 companies that you have listed in the Agyapade document. And on what chess are gold catchers, no more. 100 of them, your tax and my tax. Yan fine year, Juma, ye benefit Gano. Yet the more Moncroft and Omodi Juma. And they have taken over the gold value chain, oil value chain, gas, everything. Almost a new oil refinery, almost in Chinese for the Mark, my engineer
refinery.
I'm telling you, Mark, you see, we hear it. We know them. The gas processing plant, BMO, almost say,
Central, no, Central. Oil refinery, was it?
Mark,
Chinese company.
Mark, BBC,
trucks normally oil. About 300 of them normally buy Chinese drivers.
Yes. No more Ghana for Kasaya, so you see,
Chinese drivers.
Insurance company. Who are in 7 state insurance your brosco not to baby. And then now say abans son, all these things will have to be reversed. And what analysis no you bear them into detail say. So abans son whether Bawumia or Mahama. Now what reverses sa kankawe. That's uselessness. Your modi abe dokrama. Here will be our memano. So more reverse here. Dachi, they will cry just like Ruto cried. They will weep. They will come and account just like the cabinet minister of Kenya, Onosobeye. And the judges that they are appointing, our perception still holds. Say we perceive that it is full of NPP apparatchiks, the judiciary system. I'm saying that we perceive. Me, I perceive. And I'm saying, sir.
You know you're open.
Mark, me, that is my perception. And I'm saying, sir, with all these areas, sir.
And I am scrutinizing on my parliament.
You're packing. You see, it doesn't matter. You're packing woman.
It matters.
You see, parliament.
Checks and balances.
Haven't I said here over and over against the parliament, minority? Me say minority, even can ofuriata or course I don't know yare about musa approve. No mama be say you minority. My paso, no. In Crawford, they spoke again. Could you upon Kuma, Mame Haya Wasi, how Yakubu, and Haya Kumsi, and other. They got the most votes. and So I am saying, sir, they have aided and abetted in plunging all of us into poverty. Into some of my promises are give us or tell us what you do to change the system, not what you can give. We haven't asked you for funds. They should change that strategy. And I would advise that they don't go back to that particular issue of credit score, because credit score can never be implemented by government. You cannot go and partner a company now with the funds are back. Funds no one out of the memo. Who party for soldiers out of the memo? Because a company babe hold funds now work as a babe GG trading kakra. I mean, that particular, it doesn't hold water at all. When I'm struggling with a United African Company, UAC, which is planting for food and jobs here, more CCs are at DAB baby, so-called warehouses. Now, more added value to our produce. Now, a guho into a Jumana or Ghana card, wouldn't himself a year Juma company. So I want you know within the month, I'll beji milk, I beji milo, I beji way, I beji way. No, the coffee, but some year did that from source. And no near can say you are embarking on a credit-worthy score system. America for bread, UK for bread, or more or moon to mean tria because omu pay so no omu kopo no omu pay so na Ghana.
If there's a team behind Bawumia, then sorry team, I'm a little disappointed. I am a little disappointed. Let me tell you why, my dear team and folks that are listening. Dr. Your Excellency Bawumia, I think the greatest thing that is working against you now are your own pronouncements. Dr. Bawumia, the things that you have said in the past are the only things that people are using against you. Nothing else, just your pronouncements. And the team, that's why I brought the team, I was thinking for the team that if you are now packaging Dr. Bawumia for the high office of presidency, it is possible, aka, and it is possible. I was thinking that if you're packaging for presidency, then you have to actually rebrand the guy. Very, very important. You have to rebrand him. Unfortunately, rightly or wrongly, Dr. Bawumia, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but people even actually say his name is Bawulaya. With all respects, it is not a good position to have your vice president in, to be given such a name. Okay? And I was hoping that once he's being presented as the candidate to break the 8, maybe the great team, and I mentioned all the names, you could have gotten together and tried some rebranding and tried to reinvent Dr. Bawumia. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Folks, Doc, please, You want to be president. Chill small. And your team is supposed to help advise you on what makes you look presidential. You know, the other time when I did my show on communication, I was up against your team because that time I think you went to the nurses training college and you're talking about the nurses and the promises to pay their allowances because the previous government wasn't paying the allowances and everything. And sadly, Veep, a student then confronted you and said since she's been in the school, she had never received any allowance. Until you came out to apologize that when you come back to Accra, you make sure that the finance department goes there. This was a no-no. I kid you not, oh. It was so unpresidential. And I remember coming here talking about presidential communication and telling you or telling the people out there that your communicators messed up. That should not have happened. You know what I'm saying? So your greatest enemy now, Doc, is that people play back things that you said, your own words are being played back against you. So I'm saying chill small, man. Please. And this is going to all politicians. Don't be in such a rush to make promises. Because these things will come back to haunt you. And I'm giving my free advice to Dr. Bawumia. Please, take it easy, man. Adopt a presidential posture. And your team should be able to manage you even in terms of the things you say. And I'm going to play a few things back for you to understand what I'm saying. Okay? I think it was maybe a year or two ago. Do you remember? You made this statement that the Ghana card can now take you to about 44,000 international airports. You can use the Ghana card. Let me actually refer to something you said. Take a look at this.
By the end of the first quarter next year, the Ghana card will be recognized globally as an e-passport and can be read and verified in all ICAO compliant borders. That is 197 countries, 44,000 airports in the world. When this happens, holders of the Ghana card will be allowed to board any flight to Ghana. Furthermore, the good news for diasporan Ghanaians is that when the Ghana Immigration Service is linked to the NIA architecture, and that will be soon, diasporan Ghanaians who hold the Ghana card should not have to obtain visas to return to Ghana.
Your Excellency, that was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. Can we say now that the Ghana card allows you access to 44,000 international airports? Yes, you're right. The International Aviation Organization has recognized that there is a Ghana card, but it has not gotten to the point where it has accepted it yet as a travel document. No, it hasn't. You know, and if you think I'm lying, please go to the US, go to the UK, go everywhere outside of ECOWAS and get to the airport and say, oh, I came with my Ghana card, and see if they can let you in. They won't let you in. You know what I'm saying? So if, as the Veep, and now that you are touting yourself, especially as the digital guru, make a statement that you have a Ghana card that is acceptable, now you can enter 44,000 airports in the world, it is wrong. Look, apart from the fact that the International Aviation Organization has recognized this, all the countries, the 197 member countries, the government of Ghana will have to sit down and negotiate with them unilaterally for them to come to an agreement and say, we in Ghana, we have this agreement. They can bring their Ghana card and go through. Until that has taken place, no, it is not right to say that the Ghana card can take you everywhere. Please, team members that are packaging it, they should not come from the vice. I don't know whether I'm blaming the team because Mr. Vice, you two, small boys, sir. You're a brilliant man. You're actually deputy governor for the Bank of Ghana. So you two, you know. So I can't load every the blame on the team. You two should know this, that we have not gotten to the point where you can use the Ghana card in 100 and whatever countries because you have the Ghana card. It is not true. So please, refrain from these statements. And team, Deminimaye Dambotwe, you're a brilliant politician. You're a grassroots politician. You have run for president yourself. You know the deal. Tame your candidate. At least his pronouncements should not be held against him. This pronouncement was made over 2 years ago. You know, don't be in a hurry to promise. And this is going to all politicians. So, you know what surprises me most is that, you know, after all the promises that the NPP made, lots of them, and that allowed them to win power. Lots of promises. So, one district, one factory, we are going to give one constituency $1 million. We are going to do this. We are going to build the sky train, the first in Western Africa. We're going to do this, that. All these lofty promises was what gave people hope. Charlie, let's bring the NPP in so that we can experience some real change. And it didn't happen. And surprisingly, I was thinking that this time around, as we go into the election, there are going to be less promises because we have a case study. So there was a government that came into power on the back of promises and didn't deliver. So I'm thinking that we have a case study in T. I'm on from promises by heart, sir, but I was wrong. We are still hearing the promises. We are still hearing the promises. You know, recently, this is a free advice to Dr. Bawumia. Recently, you were promising that we are going to be building the e-gates in Ghana. By the end of this year, the Terminal 3 will have e-gates. And so when you travel and you get to Ghana and you have the Ghana card, you just point the Ghana card to the gate and then the gate opens and then you go through. You don't even have to go through immigration. Really? Really? Now, I'm hoping that one day I can get you on my show, Your Excellency. Very, very respectfully. But there are a few things that I think you can explain more to the Ghanaian people. And if I've sent the invitation, if you ever get it and be my guest, I think that's one of the things I want to ask you. How many e-gates are we going to be establishing at the airport? Is it one big e-gate or several e-gates? And if I'm from Ghana, I've come from the plane, I use my Ghana card, the gate opens for me. What if the other passengers following me are not from Ghana, maybe from UK? Do they all go walk inside with me? Or the gates will just open for only the Ghanaians with the Ghana card? And how many gates? These airlines, when the aircraft lands, we have over 400 people in one aircraft. What if 3 aircraft has landed at the same time and they're all going in? How does that work? That if you Ghana and you have a Ghana card here, you point yours and the gate opens and you don't go through immigration. These things are very, very, very interesting. All I need to do is, if I get a chance to sit down with you one-on-one, I'll ask you, how will the e-gate specifically work? You see, these are things. That's why I'm saying, don't be in a rush to promise. E-gates in Ghana by the end of this year. Yet we are watching. You know, let's listen to exactly what he said. Take a look at this.
In fact, before the end of this year, if you arrive in Ghana at Kotoka Airport, you don't even need to go to an immigration officer. We are putting together the e-gates. You put your Ghana card, it will open for you, and you pass and enter. The e-gates will come into work in Ghana before the end of this year. In Ghana, before the end of this year.
So yeah, there was applause that when you enter Ghana, you use your Ghana card and straight the e-gate opens and you don't go through immigration. You're finished. But the details, what are the details? How even feasible is it? I don't know. And the last thing you have said too, Honorable Vice, Your Excellency, is that you are arranging with the telcos. so that they are going to introduce a credit system so that you can own a mobile phone and pay small. It is a 1 cedi a month that we pay small. Your Excellency, you may surprise you that some of the mobile phone companies already have some kind of credit system already. With MTN, people who have MTN can even borrow money from MTN, and then as you pay, they have a credit system that allows certain things to be done. My advice is this, Mr. Vice. If that's what you want to do, if you want to build a credit system for Ghana, which we do need a proper credit system of reporting in Ghana. And here, nobody can doubt that we don't need it. I agree with you. We do need a proper credit system where it is done and you can call a credit bureau for KSM's credit history and they can say he's grade A, grade 2, or he's not credit worthy. We have that system. Well, not we, but developed countries have that system where you can call and maybe using the Ghana card, you can access somebody's credit history. We don't have it in Ghana. And Mr. Vice, if it's something that you want to do in Ghana, amen. I support you. But rather than saying, oh, I'm bringing in telephones because I've arranged with telcos, and you can start paying small, Your Excellency, it's not right. That is no way to build a credit system in any country, unless, of course, Ghana is taking a different path. I don't know. So I would rather be comfortable with the Vice saying that when he's elected to be president this time, he's going to build a proper credit system in this country, which we need. And that credit system too is not just about phones. So if you're a farmer and you want to buy a Caterpillar, you can go to the bank, they can check your credit rating, and they can give you a loan to buy a Caterpillar. If you are somebody who wants to build a house, they can check your credit rating and give you a mortgage. It's not small to pay over phones. It's a proper credit system. If that's what you are talking about building, then yes, make it your campaign platform. And the team that you are behind him, these are the things I expect you to do. Sit down with the Vice. Say, Vice, you need credit system of Ghana. It's Buga credit system. Let's do a well-established credit system. And you as a president, you want to take the lead to build a proper credit system in Ghana. I will understand. I will support. But for crying out loud, when you promise people that, oh, don't worry, when I come, I'll work with the telcos, and then we can remove the import charges for mobile phones so that when they come, you can pay small, and then the people are cheering you on, yeah. And when they are cheering you on, and I watch them, and I may get into trouble for this, but you know what I say? Small minds. At the risk of being attacked and insulted, I will say it again. Small minds. How do you allow a politician to tell you that a phone that is costing what, 2,000 cedis or even 5,000 cedis, you can pay small, give 1 Ghana cedi, and the telco will give it to you? No, just in case some of you may not have heard it, let's listen to him in this clip.
We will make access to mobile phones affordable. And the mobile companies, you're begging Kata home. Now the mobile phones, I'm a nipa, not Mafia, 1 city, 2 city, 1 city, 2 city, Kakra, Namotia, mobile phone before 80, scheme every OVR, because we need everybody to have a smart device.
Folks, you see, people will cheer you on. And Ghanaians, please, we have to be in that frame of mind where we have to know that these are the last 4 months of the campaign season. Things will be said, promises will be made, but you are the ones supposed to think about these promises and say which one is right and which one isn't. Honestly, Honestly, you know. So I'm saying, and the reason I draw the team in is that from what I know, before the candidate speaks, the team has sat down, the team has met, the team has decided the areas in which the candidate is going to speak on. The team has actually decided what he's supposed to say and not supposed to say. Or I don't know, maybe he decides to talk without the knowledge of the team, I don't know. But the free advice I'm giving, and please don't tell me that this is just a Bawumia thing. Let me tell you the lineup. When I finish with this free advice for Bawumia, I have to do my free advice to John Mahama. I'll do my free advice to Alan Chomating, even Cheddar or primarily free advice. I said the only people I won't bother are those who run for president as hobbies. You don't hear anything from them. 4 years quiet. Just before the election, did you see all the banners coming in? That man running from the LPG in Craven saying, Mr. Palu, LPG. What does LPG mean? Liquid. What? Liquid. I'm sorry. I'm just having a little fun. Apalua sorry said he's running for president. Kwadronko, so running for president. Hassan Ayerega, respectfully, I'm running for president. I don't know who else is out there. So I'm saying that apart from these people that I say they run for president as a hobby, all the rest that I think are running for president seriously, I have free advice for. And I'm just starting with Mr. Bawumia because he is with the NPP. The NPP is in government and he is the flag bearer of the NPP. So it's best that I start with him. That's why I've started with him. But yes, in a few days' time, I'll be here giving free advice to Mr. John Mahama as well. So with the rest of the serious candidates. But let me get to the point where I start wrapping up. DMB, the first time I met you, maybe you don't remember, but that was long ago under Kufuor administration when Kufuor was going through the redenomination. The Bank of Ghana governor then, is he Dr. Aqua? Yeah, Dr. Aqua invited me to the bank. And the discussion was that he wanted me to use my humor. You know how I can combine humor and seriousness and send a good message out? Dr. Aqua told me that he wants me to do something like that for the redenomination, get people to understand what the process is, but he wanted me to use humor. So he invited me to the Bank of Ghana and I met him. And that was the first time I met you. And I swear to God, you were a very calm, cool gentleman. I just fell in love with you when they said, well, then that's the deputy governor. You know? That's the first time we met. The second time we met was when you and Samira came on my show. Maybe you don't remember, but thank God it's Friday. I don't know if you've done other shows with Samira, but that was the first show that you and Samira did together as a couple. That was when you had been selected by Nana Addo as his vice president for the NPP. You were on the show. You're a kind man. You're a decent man. We became friends after. So all I'm saying is that this is nothing personal. This is just in your own interest as a presidential candidate, my friend, that your team should be working with you so that your utterances are not used against you. Yeah, me Kenny. So that's my free advice, you know, to DMB. I know it is possible. It is possible that you be president. I know. It is possible that you break the 8. I know, you know. But I'm saying that if you really want to break the 8, if you really want to make it possible, then watch your pronouncements and tell your team to also help you in how you make these pronouncements. Because unfortunately for you, the only things that can be used against you now are your own words. On that note, I'm going to wrap up and really appeal to you and appeal to your team. Excellent man and a woman. I named all of you. Mipacho. Let him stand out as a presidential candidate and not as a frustrated man, you know. Sometimes, Dr. Bawumia, you come across as if you are so bent on being a president, sir. You are frustrated. You know, don't sound frustrated, man. Win or lose, you are who you are, and it will not determine your beginning or end. But don't come across as you are frustrated. Me pamocho, mufesia no mami. It's not necessary. We know you, but watch your pronouncements and make sure that your pronouncements can never be used against you.